Hello everyone, my name is Russell.
And I'm Richard.
And we are with the Lafayette Beer League. And tonight we're going to be talking about Hinchtown Hammer Down from Flat 12 Bierwerks. It is an
exemplary,
excellent example of a classic American Pilsner.
The brewery opened in 2010 by Sean O'Connor and brewer Rob Caputo, but it was purchased in 2016 by Andrew Teed.
Yeah, so that guy's kind of the guy who's in control of it right now. Andrew Teed is a longtime Hoosier who has many hometowns. Before he graduated high school, he lived in 9 different Hoosier cities. So, bro's a Hoosier.
Dude's Hoosier.
He's a Hoosier. He's got a crazy backstory, and it's really inspiring, and it's worth checking out. We have that link down below, so check that out.
And we can definitely see why Teed bought Flat 12 Bierwerks. I mean, if you listen to their slogan alone, the ingenuity of the Flat 12 cylinder engine revolutionized racing in the great state of Indiana. We want to foster the same spirit of ingenuity with every beer that we create.
Yeah, and they definitely maybe not be doing something that's innovative right now, because this is definitely a beer from like 1942 and has a long legacy not only in all over the world, but here in America as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pilsners are huge. Yeah, Joseph Grohl, this would have been a great episode, like historical episode beer to bring in.
Right.
Because I think it really captures the essence of that classic beer style.
What did we do for that one?
We haven't done that one yet.
We haven't done that one? We're going to do that one? Okay.
That's a future Russell and Richard's problem.
So yeah, Pilsners are one of the more challenging beers to make, mainly just because with it being so light and it has such a low bitterness and using such a lighter malt, it's really difficult to hide any imperfections in the brew process. So you have to really know how to brew a proper beer.
Right. This is a very technical beer.
Yes.
You know, whenever you think about IPAs or stouts, they have those like heavy hops or heavy malts to kind of be
big
a support.
Flavors.
Yeah,
big
like
flavors.
To hide things that the brewer might not necessarily want it to.
Right.
But it's okay because it was hoppy enough or malty enough. Yeah, so what do you think of this beer, Rich?
Honestly, I think that it reminds me a lot of like picnics and 4th of July and stuff like that. Like
race day.
Yeah, race day, like all those sorts of things like that. I think that it is a really nice American summertime, just mow the lawn, go to your barbecue, hang out with the kids, go to a softball team, game, whatever. Just do that sort of thing for the beer, and I think that it's a really nice sort of
example of
that sort of style. Yeah, absolutely.
So like when we talk about the appearance of this beer, you can tell that it is super light. It's light. You can see my facial hair through the beer.
Right. That Franz Joseph you got going on.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. Yeah, so definitely has the appearance, that very white pearly head of the head. Right. The aroma is on there. The taste is there.
Yeah.
You know.
And when you think about it, like the kind of Flat 12 does a really good job of describing it itself. They call it at Flat 12, the month of May is all about racing. In tribute to one of the brightest racing talents out there, we collaborated with James Hinchcliffe to create Hinchtown Hammer Down. It's a crisp and refreshing Pilsner style beer that is lagered and cold stored smooth, drinkable, and goes down fast. It's the perfect beer for a day at the track. And then they got some like nice little race flags there to kind of like bring on that race feel.
Yeah, so whenever you think about like the mouthfeel of this beer, it is easy drinking. It's crisp. It's got that very familiar mouthfeel to it. It's not like a clawing stout. Like a stout's gonna like hit you with maltiness. It's gonna be thick almost, especially some stouts. Yeah, and then that like an IPA is gonna be very bitter and like bite down and have some chew to it. But this is very pleasant, balanced, and a really great example of this beer. Yeah, so Richard read the back of this, which kind of brings us back into the can art.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
I think they captured racing motif with this to the T. You know, this is something you would normally see on a race car. The style of artwork.
And I feel like it's like old style racing, not like necessarily new NASCAR or Formula One or anything like that. Like it's kind of like that old.
Did we look up anything about Hinchtown?
No.
Hinchcliffe? James Hinchcliffe?
James Hinchcliffe? No, we didn't.
Oh, that would have been a cool idea. Next time we'll think about that. Yeah, so you have this like badge in the front of it with the helmet and then the Hinchtown Hammer Down.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Flat 12's font that they use for the logo.
Yeah, I agree. Honestly, I think we kind of talked about this earlier. How like if Evel Knievel had a beer, this would be his beer.
Right. He would definitely want to. He would be on this can.
He'd be on that can. Like that's his entire style. His go-to thing, I think.
So something that I see on this is it says like seasonal on there. So this is definitely a seasonal thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it says for the month of May. So they released this beer in May for the Indy 500, I think, which is pretty cool.
Right. That's very.
I hope this is at the Indy 500 next year.
Right. That'd be very cool. So I think that brings us to our ratings, right? Unless you have more.
Yeah. Ratings.
Yeah. So overall, Rate Beer gave this a 2.78 out of 5. That's with 27 different ratings. We feel that that's a very low, poor, paltry rating. Thank you very much.
It's a poor example of what this beer is. I think what you're seeing there is the raters are shunning this style of beer because it's not an IPA. It's not a heavy beer.
It's not considered craft.
It's not. And it's like, well, actually it is because it's made from an independent craft brewer.
Right. So absolutely.
I think that's where that discrepancy is coming from.
Right. But I think Beer Advocate kind of corrects it a little bit and pushes it more towards where it should be.
Right.
With a 3.62 out of 5. That's out of 41 different ratings. And then Untapped comes in at 3.29 out of 5, and that is with 3,615 ratings. I'm giving it a 3.6.
And I'm going to give it a 3.7 because I think that this beer overall, they tried to make a light, drinkable Pilsner. They made this at 4.3 ABV, which is consistent with that beer style. It's got 27 IBUs. Like, they're definitely hitting what this beer should taste like. And if you're going to dock them because it's a Pilsner and you're not impressed with Pilsners, well, you don't have good taste in beer. That's why I'm giving it a 3.7, which brings us to 3.4.
Yeah, 3.4, which I think is brought it up a little bit out of the Untapped, which is...
Right, I think that's way more of a fair assessment of this beer overall versus any of the other ratings.
I can agree with that. I definitely can agree with that.
Anyways, thank you everyone for watching. So please like, subscribe, and do all the things to show your love and support for the Lafayette Beer League.
Like always, for more information about this style, check out the links below, as well as all the other beer-related links that we have posted in our About Us section. And remember, keep exploring beer.
Yeah, have a wonderful day. That's a damn good beer, man.
It really is. It really is.